Welcome to For Love and Play. I'm matchmaker comic Yael. With me is comedians Kenan Weaver and Louie B. For Love and Play, the show about dating like a goddamn adult. We're going to discuss who to spend your time with for love or for play. Let's do it, boys.
This show contains adult content for entertainment purposes. Listener discretion is advised.
Not a doctor.
All right, thank you for tuning in to For Love and Play. So excited this for episode. We have an amazing thing we're going to discuss today. I'm back here with my favorite people. As you all know, I'm Kenan Weaver, the Queen. Yael, what
up? Monday night. How are you?
All right. And then the Jester.
I thought I was the Duke. I got downgraded. Well, I'm kind of buzzing. It's all because this is how we do it.
Louie B, you fill so many shoes and so many roles that I just don't know what to call every time we come back into this.
Yeah.
So that's great. But today we have a very special guest, and I'm actually going to let the Queen introduce her.
Okay. So Kenan let me pull out the hokey card, and we are going to do some hokey pokey tonight with one of my dearest and closest and most loving, amazing friends, Tiffany Reed in Harlem. What is going on, girl?
Yes, hello. It's a pleasure, to be here, actually.
Now
I'm humbled.
We're not so stupid that we're going to make you just listen to a conversation between me and my girlfriends. Tiffany is very special in a sense of she has studied astrology for several years at her leisure and recently went into the small business of chart reading. And I thought, what a great concept for the show, because I truly have seen two zodiac signs never work. Really never. I've seen it before. I'll probably see it throughout the duration of my life and setting people up. Under no goddamn circumstances can I even begin to try to date a Cancer. So if you're a Cancer, you're not getting near this shit. A few days into the Leo for me to feel safe with your Cancer ass. No way.
It's October. It's Cancer Awareness Month, though. Why are you?
It is Cancer Awareness Month.
I have a similar problem when it comes to Scorpios. In fact, the chick that falsely accused me of rape and a chick that cheated on me, they were both Scorpios.
Oh, wow. So you must have some I'm going to see that. Well, I'll see that in your
All right. So I love that because that's a perfect intro. So basically, for the listeners, if you're not catching on, what we're going to do in this episode is, one, we're going to really talk to Tiffany and figure out all this astrology stuff, the chart reading, because Yael had her chart read recently, and I thought she was talking about she was going to the hospital visit, and then this happened. After that, we're going to have Louie, who already had his astrology chart read. We're going to see how things can be interpreted differently between two different people. We're going to see the dynamic with that. And then me, I have never had my chart read. I'm not necessarily into astrology that well or that much. And I'm just interested in seeing how everything works. Because the only time I've watched or read anything about my actual sign is when they were on newspapers, and I stopped getting that when they invented the internet. So
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just the thing. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, they would think of astrology as a pseudoscience, but it has it kind of down to the degree. It's mathematical. Okay, it's pretty much what your chart is a snapshot of the sky when you're born. So the moment that you're born, each planet is in a certain position, and that's basically what your natal chart is. In the newspaper, a lot of people don't believe in astrology, and I usually, this is something that it bugs me. I think it needs to be addressed. It's one-dimensional. It's not just, it's kind of okay, your sun sign. Everybody knows their sun sign. I'm a Scorpio, for example.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Shit.
And that is the reaction that I get every single time. I trust and believe when they say, "What's your sign?" I'm a Scorpio. They're like, "Oh shit," because we literally get that.
Oh, I get that when I tell chicks I'm a Virgo and they run the other way.
Oh, no, but here's the thing, you could be, for example, what I'm reading from you, for the simple fact that you're also...
Wait, just hold off on that. Let's just, yeah. Let's do Yael first. I mean,
Yeah, just, Yael, give kind of the experience that you because you were very excited when you came back from your reading. So just kind of like set us up with.
I have to finish what I'm saying about the newspaper. It's just one-dimensional. It just talks about your sun sign. Your sun sign is pretty much your, like, think about cells. It's the nucleus of who you are. It is your innermost, essence. So yeah, you could look at the newspaper and think, yeah, that's right about me. Yeah, that's totally right about me. But it doesn't explain why. It doesn't really explain why. And that's how, because think about it, there's not just 12 different kinds of personalities in the world. If that was the case and if everybody was going by their sun sign, it would be 12 different personalities and everybody would be one-dimensional, and nobody is one-dimensional. And that's what astrology is all about. Planet connections, how it is that you meet another person and their chart connects with yours and they affect your life in a different way, and how it is that you can have an astro twin who was born the same day with the same birthday, the same time as you, and their life is just completely different. That's exactly what it goes down to, like the science, the nitty-gritty. I mean, it's pretty exciting stuff, and you learn stuff every day.
Yeah.
So.
I know your brother was on the Jetsons, Louie. That's cool.
Okay.
Yael.
All right. So I actually wanted to get some clarity on some things with Tiffany. I had her read my chart, and lo and behold, I am like, she validated. I shouldn't even say she, because at the end of the day, this is, again, like you said, it's kind of like a pseudoscience. This isn't your opinion. This is what the stars say about you. You know what I mean? Like, if it's off, well, that's really not anything to do with you, correct?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I'm not perfect by any means.
Right.
I don't think that I know everything. So, yeah, there's a chance I could be absolutely.
Right. So we're not over here, being self-proclaimed psychics or anything silly like that. I shouldn't even say silly. I happen to believe the gift exists. I just know that I and Tiffany don't have it. But there were things that I felt internally for a very long time about myself that came out in the chart reading that was like, oh my God. Like, it just actually made sense, even pertaining to a certain individual in my life. I mean, it just broke the relationship down. See, I have always felt like how do you become a matchmaker? Well, I don't know. It starts with an idea, and that idea sparks into this, and then it turns into these two people, and then you're pairing them up because this is the yin to this person's yang. And you really start to see a formula in how that unfolds. Like, I would not need to date a Cancer. There would be no reason to go on a date with him. I've never gotten along with any man on a romantic front that was a Cancer. And I was married to two of them. 2 Cancers I was married to.
Yep.
Wow.
And
they metastasized.
See, and if you had known this beforehand, you could have been married to 3 and you could have just kept taking half their money and you just not even have to.
Very funny. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, though. At the time that I actually participated in both marriages, I was also extremely religious. Like, extremely religious. I was a very, 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 very devout, once upon a time, Orthodox Jew. So I wouldn't have been open to hearing what the chart had to say. But that's odd, because Judaism has a whole... I mean, there's Jewish concepts behind the astrology and life after life, things of that nature. But it was just very insightful, and it touched on some things that I thought there would actually be no way Tiffany would, as close as she and I are as girlfriends, there would be no way she would have known that. Like, this would have been the only way, because I never would have told her.
So that's actually interesting. So, Tiffany, I have a question based on that.
Yeah.
People that are, say, heavily religious, are they scared of this, or is it against religion to be, like, for some reason I don't think astrology really has anything to do with religion and can still be some information that a religious person can hear, can take in. What is your thoughts on just how this mixes with religion?
Well, I mean, honestly, if you wanna think about it on a religious by a religious standpoint, the planets were created by God, right? The planets were created by God, Allah, whatever the universe, whatever the ultimate being, the planets were created. So is the moon. Take for example, I love using that as an example because the moon, the way that the tides shift, the way that the moon affects our feelings, it's true. And the moon was created by God. So how could you not be open to the possibility that maybe the other planets could affect you for the simple fact that the moon affects you?
Right.
I
mean, I know one time the moon was out and there was just this crazy dance. Michael Jackson changed and his zombies was in choreography. It was just an amazing feat to see.
Yeah, like sometimes depending on, what sign the moon is in, it'll bring out certain aspects in people. So, the moon also moves through constellations and it affects certain people's moods. For example, the eclipse the other day, the blood moon, I think it was definitely Libra, the sun, was being overlapped by an Aries moon. And a lot of people in relationships were just like blowing up temper-wise. Tempers were flaring because, people were starting to realize.
Last week, my phone.
You're a selfish motherfucker. You're like,
I'm validating you. I was called. My phone was blowing up with people in relationship shit.
Yeah. Relationships were going through it because Libra rules relationships, and on top of that, Aries is on top of it. So it was just not a lot of people were losing their shit, bro.
It wasn't a good week. I had people gainfully in love, for Christ's sakes. Like, no, you two need to not try. Like, I had to bust it down to homegirl again tonight. Like, in reference to our conversation 3 days ago, you have been nuts. It's the moon. Go to bed. Say nothing. That man.
Go to bed.
I'm serious. I'm like, I can't fuck you till 6 o'clock in the morning, and I ain't supporting you. So you might want to stick with this dude. He's gonna do all those things. I'm not.
I was calling my friends left and right, like in relationships, like, listen, hold your temper. As a matter of fact, I called one of my friends right before she was about to go off on her boyfriend. I was like, hold your temper. I was like, just so you know, there's a little.
Right now.
I feel like we're entering a very touchy subject because now, if we can have temper, we just can't have to worry about the blood moon and blood flow. We just can't have to worry about tempers flying all over just me as a man, I'm scared for this.
Crimes of passion took place. Louie, can we get those numbers? How many crimes of passion took place last week?
So Yael, I wanna get into this before we wrap up with you and get into Louie. There's a recurring character that you spoke about multiple times in previous episodes on our podcast, and he came up during your chart read. Is that something that you feel is not private enough that you can actually explain that experience with our listeners?
Okay, so since he is a listener, without getting super intimate, like involved in what we're about, it touched on really some feelings about him, because here's the beautiful part. He just popped up, but it's like when she kind of explained these things to me, it made sense that he popped up, like, all over the energy field. I mean, it kind of, I guess, said out loud what I feel like I have felt in my heart over the years that, like, I've known this individual. And, like, I just think it's kind of interesting also because one of the things that has been very troublesome for me in relationships is believe it or not, I'm somewhat of a social butterfly. I have a lot of people in my life. For the amount of people I know, it's a much smaller percentage of people that I would say I'm actually close with. But that's just it. When you actually literally do know hundreds of people, you have more close friends. I feel like it just kind of, I find people that don't understand that I am not for one person. I help lots of people, and then you get, well, how does that work? And then you find yourself explaining, well, this is what I do. And so much of my life and my time, even in standing in line at the grocery store is given to other people. And this is a person who actually, like, he and I very much, what would you say, Tiffany? Like, we spiritually like our space. We actually value that distance away from each other because it actually does make us appreciate each other, but in a healthy way. Like, we are not committed. If he were to meet somebody that he wanted to be committed to, that would be fine. But I don't think he and I, at our core, are traditionalists. It was interesting just to hear what the sky had to say about this person who pops up on a regular basis. It doesn't seem to when I say share, I don't mean couple sharing. I'm not talking about swinging. I'm saying I'm never going to be a traditional, I'm never going to be the wife that's going to give you a traditional life. And think about it. I'm a mother publicly. I work in fierce real estate, not even the pretty kind you see at Keller Williams. I deal with the shit, yo. Mm-hmm. I help people get married, which means I pick apart their person to help them elevate to a higher place so they can get what they want. Life with me isn't 5 o'clock, we eat dinner and sit. It's different. And it's just kind of interesting to see how I was actually, what would you say, astrologically built to be a different type of human being. It was just, it just brought validation to how I feel about myself, certain things going on in my life with the romantic aspect. It really kind of brought a lot of things together and said, wow. Now it's not my opinion, because believe you me when I tell you, I know enough about astrology to give a personality breakdown, but I wouldn't know the first thing about reading an astrological chart. I'd have no idea.
What I like, and I think we're going to definitely get into that, is how you said there's a lot of things that are validated for you, not only with your personality, but how you interacted with different relationships based on different signs. And that's something that I just can't wait for my chart to be read, because I just feel that I'm a very self-aware type person. I really do think I know myself truly, truly deeply, more deeply than maybe most people do pay attention to themselves. And in relationships, like you guys know, I'm a devout bachelor, so I can't wait.
Very religious. He was a church.
I can't wait to see if the planets, like if Venus was like single when I was born, then maybe that's the reason. But we're gonna get into Louie right now.
Yes.
Which is gonna be very exciting. So Louie, I need you to first kind of like preface your chart and the experience that you had when you got this one read by someone else.
Well, it happened so long ago, and the person that did it went into such detail I couldn't remember everything. I wish I could have recorded it, but mainly I was told that I'm a social mirror. I tend to go after bad people and expose their bullshit. And in fact, a lot of times, I've noticed this everywhere I go. Bullshit reveals itself, and everything comes to a head. Like if there was a problem, it comes to a head as soon as I arrive.
So you have that transformative thing going on. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. All right. Well, actually, I looked at the chart that you sent me. They have New York as your birthplace. Okay.
Yeah. No.
But you what you sent me was Brooklyn. So let me ask you: was it Kings County or Delaware County?
Kings County.
All right. Got you. All right.
Yeah,
I didn't want to move it. So
County of the
September 17th. Correct.
Yep.
All right. Got you. All right. I'm mapping it now.
All right. Do you need a social too?
My social security.
Oh no, not necessary.
666-666-666-666.
Well, let me ask you a serious question. What do you want to know? I mean, do you want to know what exactly do you want to know? There are different charts for different things. I mean, I could give you a general.
Okay.
Well,
let's go. Since this is a relationship podcast.
Damn, I was about to answer that. Damn, Kenan.
All right. You know what I'm gonna do?
You got no faith in me.
Okay, all right, let me see.
I apologize, Duke.
No, that's all right. I'm just gonna. I got you. I'll fix you good.
Okay. All right. Now I can see it much, much bigger. Okay.
Ooh.
So here's the thing.
Size matters.
Okay, here's the thing. The first thing that I see is that well, you have a sun sign in Virgo in the 23rd degree, so you're kind of on a cusp. You're not on a far cusp. You're kind of like transitioning a little bit into Leo. So I mean, I picked up on that first and foremost because comical, if anything that has to do with theater, comics usually transitions into a Leo thing. So with that being said, you also have your moon. And you express your feelings. You have no discomfort expressing your feelings verbally, which is good.
No, I don't. Yael knows that.
Not at all. And we apologize for that. It's not our fault. Now we have the scientific evidence we needed. This is just the way he is. Jesus Christ.
All right, relationship-wise, your relationship planets are Venus and Mars, okay? Your Venus is in 23 degrees Leo, and your Mars is in 22 degrees Leo. Okay, so first and foremost, it looks to me like you like flashy women, or like women who are very dramatic.
Yep. Yep.
Pause.
You love them hoes.
Very dramatic women, right? Like, and on top of that, you expect in a relationship, you expect your woman to be all about you. Or you're not interested, like you get some kind of attitude. That's what it looks like. You expect for her to be on top of you. And the reason I'm saying that is because your Mars is in the 22nd degree Leo, and your Venus is in the 23rd degree Leo. That is like such a close conjunction. Like, you really expect this girl to be all about you, like, and like full attention. She has to give you all the attention that you want. Ooh. I mean, is this true?
I don't know. I've never gotten that.
Yeah, it's never happened before. Struggling with the ideal.
I
now
do.
What do we get?
So Tiffany, I do to answer that from what I've seen though, and the relationships that from what Louie has told, I do see some type of level of maybe not codependency, but something along those lines.
Of this, like merging, pretty much like merging of the souls kind of thing. Like, you expect her to be all about you and very similar to you. But here's an issue, okay? Like, when you have such a close conjunction, it's one of those, a conjunct is one of those things that it's a good aspect, but it's a bad aspect. Because you can't expect your partner to be exactly like you. It doesn't really work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to bump heads because you're just like each other. You're on top of each other. You're clingy, and it just doesn't, clingy, but not necessarily clingy. And but you like the whole, like, pretty much. I
need her to be really affectionate. Like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you are totally fine with just being laid up in the couch with her being all over you, serving, like, pretty much you being the center of her world.
I wouldn't say serving, but because I like to take care too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, but I do like
that merging of the souls. Like, you expect her to be, in the same place as you, like as far as sexually, and
I'm the type of guy that if I'm sitting on the couch and she wants to rest a butt on me, I like that.
What, you mean the type of straight guy? I thought that's it.
Yeah, that's so odd, isn't it? We've never seen that before, Tiffany, have we?
Sorry,
never. What a brand new one.
Like that.
I mean, but here's the thing, though. Okay, I'm just going down the planets. Okay, so Jupiter is in Sagittarius. I mean, it's not really a close, but you have like I mean, it seems to me like you're decent like penis size, or at least very large, because they usually inflate. I don't know if you want to. I don't know. If
you can tell that from a planet.
But the girl, she is right. That is real. It's real.
Tell if it's big. I can tell if you're small or if it's average.
You can tell that from a planet, son.
Well,
like I already,
it's great, isn't it?
For some, and now instantly, I don't believe this shit.
Now it's all a lie.
Now
right?
it's
now it's all a lie.
Damn it!
I put that out there. I put that out there because I'm sure that's very flattering. You wouldn't mind anybody else.
I don't like to lie.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind anybody else following that, but I'm going to tell you, your Jupiter is in Sagittarius, which is the perfect placement for Jupiter. That means that you are very good at attracting luck. I don't know. It's like but you know what? Let me see exactly where that is in your house placement.
Attracting what?
Luck. Okay, I mean, but it looks to me like, I mean, it's in your 5th house. So I'm guessing that as far as comedy-wise or, theatrical, you just kind of like attract that. You're lucky in that aspect. I guess it's like you're lucky to be funny.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable.
I've told Louie all the time that his wit and him being funny is something that he needs to showcase more when it comes to attracting just women in general.
Yeah,
so
hilarious. It's ridiculous.
Use that. Like, you're lucky to be funny and use that.
Yeah, bitches don't even know how funny this mofo is.
I agree with you. You will definitely attract, the woman that you're looking for with your humor.
Well, I mean,
and you'll be.
From what what I heard, chicks like, of course, I can make chicks laugh, but they would rather have a guy that fucks them hard.
But she said you got a
you
decent...
can do that too. Mm-hmm. She didn't say one or the others. You can do that too.
Well.
Why can't you? She just said you're well equipped.
I'm trying to get me some Cialis.
Oh, well, listen, I mean, what I'm going to do, I actually mapped out a chart where I'm going to talk to you about the current transits and how they're affecting you. So what's going on, like, currently in your life. Mm-hmm. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, okay? Because I think that I like to do that because I think it's, important that, All right. Another thing is I also see you have some deviations, like some sexual deviations. So you like a little bit of freaky stuff. But that's okay. That's all good.
Hey, as long as it doesn't say, "Hey, Louie, you like chicks with dicks." No.
Listen, it's a good.
You like your butthole tickled? No. You like your nipples? You like nipple clamps? No, I don't.
Louie, there are no chicks with dicks.
Are you blushing?
Never use that term again. There are no chicks with dicks.
I'm just
only men with boobs.
I'm okay. I understood.
I mean, you have a lot of.
I can't wait to see Caitlyn Jenner's vagina. Go ahead.
Oh, I'd actually like to see that too.
I know, right?
I would like to see that too. That would be interesting. Yeah. Okay, Louie, here's the issue with you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you the issue and the reason why you keep attracting Scorpios who are psycho. You see what's going on? That was you, yes?
Yes.
All right. Here's what it is. All right. You have a Saturn in Scorpio. So then the 2nd degree. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what's going on here is that usually hits. Saturn is square. For whatever reason, you can't seem to hang on to a relationship for too long. Mm-hmm. No, and Saturn is also one of those planets that is hard lessons. So for whatever reason, you don't have too much water in your chart. You don't have enough sensitivity. So what happens is you're attracted to those crazy women that are very overly emotional. So to kind of make up for the lack of water in your chart. Mm. So but also placements are also important as well. Let's see. The houses that are ruled by water signs. The houses that are ruled by water signs, the 4th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house. Yes. No, I'm in the middle of something. And the 12th house. So those are the ones that are ruled by, water signs. And you have no, I mean you like emotional. You could come off as insensitive. So if you meet, like, let's say that you meet a really sensitive person, you could come off as hurtful. You could hurt their feeling. You could hurt their feeling.
So emotionally, I'm California, is what you're telling me.
Exactly.
All right.
The drought, yes, pretty much. Yeah, we need some water.
But I don't try to hurt people. I'm just brutally honest.
You don't mean it. That's what I'm saying. You don't mean to be that way, but because you lack that emotional element in your chart, you attract women who are very emotional. So what happens is you butt heads because with the Scorpio, like it turns out because the Saturn touches their sun sign, you see the relationship going somewhere, like you see it going somewhere, but like when you turn around and there's like Leo in there and they start to think that you're arrogant or something. It just turns them off. That's what it is. But I mean, you have a couple of things in the fourth house. You have Pluto in the fourth house. Pluto in the fourth house gives you very intense emotion, and because fourth house is ruled by Cancer. And what else is in your fourth house? Saturn is also in your fourth house, actually. So, I mean, you'll probably meet women who want to have children with you. I mean...
or bring their children with him to date.
They want real intense shit from you. That's what it is. What it is.
I've been accused of being intense.
Yes.
So Louie, we're coming close to the time with you here. Mm-hmm. What is your kind of like? What's just like your gut reaction to hearing all this?
Oh, I'm fucked completely. Relationship wise, I'm completely fucked. But I'll be funny as shit.
Okay, so why do you? So Tiffany, actually, can you respond to that? So he thinks there's nothing that can be done relationship-wise. Is that true, or is there something that he could just now be aware of moving forward that will help him be more successful relationship-wise?
Okay, the way that I see it, all right, the reason why you feel like that is you're probably, because there's a Saturn, transiting Saturn in Sagittarius. I just mentioned this to Yael. What's going on is your shit is hitting your north node. Like, your north node is getting hit like hard body, pretty much. And what's going on is it's also hitting your relationship planets. I mean, if you do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? If you go along with, you need to save money for one thing, because if Saturn is hitting your Venus, that means that you need to hang on to your money. Watch your spending, watch every penny. On top of that, and watch your temper. Blowing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes. I know it takes a lot for you to blow up. You're not going to be the first person to just jump and blow up. But if somebody, like, let's say they come at your pride, let's say they hurt your pride, you'll blow up. That's what it is. You gotta watch that.
That's so amazing, because it's something that has been said, and it's not even like Louie's aware of it, but even just in our time, I've said, like, sometimes, because he goes for the throat. if something happens to him, he goes for the throat, whatever. And I'm like, yo, you don't have to go that. You don't have to be on 10 all the time. Like,
I'm on orange plus.
Yeah, for real. Like, every time he's like, anytime a girl builds a clock, he thinks it's a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
I've been accused of having a stinger.
You're just not supposed to be doing relationships. You're just not. Like, you're not. That's why it's like so fucked up for you. Every time you fucking get into a relationship, your shit gets hard. Just like what I told you, Al. Every time you get into a relationship, your shit just gets all the way fucked up, because that's not what you're supposed to do. You have so much fire in your chart, and your north node is in an air sign. Can you believe that? So that means that you're going against the nature of your soul. You just can't do it.
So
and that's why it's hard for you.
So basically, die alone.
No, not die alone.
Well, okay, I'll be surrounded by friends, but okay,
Die alone.
My nutsack will constantly be full.
No, not die alone. What I want to tell you is, to be honest with you, what I want to tell you is just, don't focus on the relationship. Don't do that. Don't focus on the relationship. Try your best to do something where you're speaking, where you're going to be public speaking. Focus on your comedy. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your comedy, and the relationship will come. You understand? It's a thing like that. You just have to focus on that, and the relationship will come. It'll just happen.
Okay, but will I find like my forever,
your forever's in there. Your forever's in there, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard. Every time you're in a relationship, your shit's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy for you. You're never gonna have the easy, smooth sailing relationship where it's like, well, honey, let's go out and, go for a walk in the park. And then she'll be like, yeah, sweetie, let's go out. And, shit's all good. And then you go out, and then you come home and you have sex, and then you wake up the next day and it's like, oh, you know what, I'm content. No,
he's gonna have the relationship where they go, oh, let's have a walk through the park.
My best advice to you is the same that I told you. I'll focus on, short travel, going on little vacations just to, make things, just to feel good. Focus on communications, anything that has to do with communications and education. That is what your soul is reaching for. All that other shit, I just see it as being hard for you because you have so many things in your chart that butts heads with what you're supposed to be doing. You understand? Like, for example, I'm not going to say that. You have a lot of things going on in your chart that hold you back, and I'll tell you a little bit about that more. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in private. But you've got a lot to learn these next 2 years, because in these next 2 years you got a lot to learn. That's all I can say. I can't say more without divulging too much information. You understand?
Okay.
All right. I think that's a good place to leave that teaser off. And Louie, Tiffany, are you willing to speak with him later or off air? Is that fine?
Yeah,
okay, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, of course.
So now I guess it's my turn, and I'll just say openly, there's some things that I've noticed right now just from what you've talked to Yael about and Louie about. And the one constant that I see keeps coming up is this non-traditional relationship. Things are going to be hard. And I said earlier how I'm a devout bachelor. And I've always had the feeling that I will be single forever. And I had no problems with it. I just felt like I said up top, I kind of know myself very well. And I feel today that I am not the relationship type guy. So what I'm thinking now is, if I am right, I'm thinking Louie, Yael, and I all got together because that's something that we have in common.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Well,
Yeah.
No, you know what it is?
Meet
The
each
reason
other.
you guys got together. Let me explain to you. Are you guys within the same age group? I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
age-wise. All right, you know what it is? Generation-wise, usually there is, when you're within close, when your ages are close together, your purpose in this life is usually the same. Okay? So, you could relate to, for example, I was born in 91. My North Node is in Capricorn. And every time I meet another person whose North Node is in Capricorn, it's the same thing, where we're very driven towards, success and, a career and, being a businesswoman. That's pretty much our drive. That's what we want. It's just one of those things where, like I said, I don't want to get too hokey, but it's just one of those things where you come together, and for some reason you guys have already conquered a relationship. The reason that you feel like you don't need a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? You already conquered that in your past life. You did that. You conquered that. It's the same thing I told you, Al. You conquered the perfect relationship in your last lifetime. You don't need to do it again.
Yeah, because marriage is till death do us part. So after I died, I already left that chick. I'm trying to get more women.
Well, it's more of a sense of, you have already experienced what you need to. So you don't need to, why go back? And that's like going through grade school and then going back through grade school again. You don't need it. You already know this shit. That's basically what it is.
Well, so I kind of, again, I don't know. So let's go in and see. Let's see what you got for me.
Well, first and foremost, Louis, I would like to know. Do you feel like I hit a lot of things on the head? Do you feel like there were accuracies?
Yes, actually. It's a lot of them that were confirmed by Kenan and Yael, especially when it came to aspects of my personality.
Yeah. So what I did was I didn't really do the house placement things, because that's getting into a much deeper reading.
I learned,
and I want to talk to you in private about that.
I learned that I swing for the fences. I learned that every chick I want to get with is gonna be a fucking battle axe. and I might have, and just you know what? Just concentrate on your work because. And basically invest in a fleshlight, probably.
Yeah. Well,
The extra large.
don't expect it to be a situation where you're going to be a traditional. It's not whatever you view as a traditional relationship. Step away from that because that is not what you're looking for. As a matter of fact, it's better off if you have someone who you could screw on a regular basis, have a sexual, intimate relationship with, and then you guys have your own space, to do your own thing. It's better off for you. It's just better off for you. That doesn't mean that you're going to be forever alone. It just means that you have more important shit to conquer than a relationship.
And this is how I'm fucked because I don't know if I've mentioned this. I actually have a playlist on YouTube that I have of music that I want played if I ever got married. Jesus. Oh well.
But that's why. You want to know what's funny? Because she had said like to get that out of your head, to kind of like let go. And she also said up top before we even got to this, she said you always look to the relationship, like don't look. And that was something that stood out to me because that's exactly from our conversations what you said you do. Like you all, when you meet a girl or whoever, you kind of like see the future of this relationship, and she kind of picked up on that. But like I said, we gotta kind of move on.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
So yeah, there's a lot that you'd have to do offline, but we'll move on for time constraint. This is a very good one, though. This is a very good episode. Like I'm really excited. So now it's my turn, and we started to do this from jump. So I know nothing, you know nothing. The other two, you kind of had the information ahead of time. So we also want to get our listeners just to see how it is, kind of just walking in the door. No previous anything. So ask me what you need to know.
Okay. Well, first name. I don't necessarily need your last name.
It is Kenan, Kenan.
Okay. Well, last initials. Okay.
W.
Okay. Male, obviously. Birthday.
April 3rd, 1984.
Okay. April 3rd, 1984. 84. You're Aries. Huh?
Oh shit!
Okay. All right. No, I could tell. I mean, it's gotten to that point where I could just tell from your birthday, like what you are. Like it's gotten to that point. Okay. So, do you know your birth time? And listen, I'm gonna let you know. I mean, it's not necessary. But I could give you a more accurate reading if you know your exact birth time. Do not give me a guesstimate, because I've gotten guesstimates where they were like, yeah, I'm born at 7 o'clock, and it turns out they were born at like 2 o'clock. We don't do that, because then I'll read you completely wrong. So let's make sure.
So my mom doesn't know the exact time. She just said she remembers that I was almost born on the 4th. So she gave me the time of 11:20, but she was not sure. She just remembers that I had just made being April 3rd. So something around, I can give you the hour of 11 p.m. definitely.
Okay. All right. Good. So that'll do. Okay. All right. And where were you born?
The Bronx, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bronx, New York. Okay.
Hopefully it tells him how he was when he was 11.
All right. Wow. Okay. Wow, Kenan, you have a lot going on here. You know what it is? All right, let me not tell you that, because you might not like that. Okay, so let's just go down. You might not like that, so let me just...
Can't skip that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you have, your moon. You're also good at speaking the way that you feel. Speaking the way that you feel. You have a moon in Taurus, and you also have a Mercury in Taurus. So that means Mercury is communication, the moon is your feelings, so you have no problem speaking how you feel. You're not exactly as you're not like super. You don't take things like to the ass. You don't take things to the ass, meaning like you don't take things. You're not one of those people that you take things super personal. You know, like I noticed that when there's a sun sign, because your sun sign, like I said, is in Aries. It's in the 14th degree, and whenever your Mercury is in a different sign altogether, it makes you less, you know, super sensitive. Like you don't take things personally, you know, like what people say personally. You don't. Okay, so so let me tell you. Actually, whoa, go back. Wow. Okay, so your Venus is in Pisces, which is the perfect place for a woman. And your Mars. Well, listen, your Mars is in Scorpio, which is also the perfect place for a man. So, in the relationship, you actually have the perfect placement. How bugged out is that?
It makes sense because women always fall in love with me, and I hate it. I don't understand.
You have the perfect placement, and you have the perfect placement. I've never actually met someone that I've read that had the perfect placement, but you do. Okay, you have Venus in Pisces is exalted, okay? And Mars in Scorpio is also exalted, okay? Because, you know, women, we just love that dark, it's not dark, we kind of like that romantic, dark brooding, you know, guy. Yeah, we just love it. Those are the guys that are in romance novels. Those are the guys that we kind of reach for, and that's why they just love it. They eat that shit up. Anyway, that's how you come off, you know, sexually. And, you know, that's how you approach a woman. So, of course, they're going to be, you know, very attached to that. But you also have it on the cusp. You have it on the cusp. It's in the 20th degree. So you're kind of like transitioning into Sagittarius. So, I mean, I can see why you feel like you're not supposed to be in a relationship, but you actually can do it. You can do it. Do it. You can do it. The thing is, you just have to meet that watery female who's going to hold you down and, you know, do whatever it takes for you. You just haven't met that person. And you're very good at, like, weeding out bullshit. You're one of those, like, you're pretty good. You're like me. I also have a Mars in Scorpio. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like, I could be very intense as well. And I'm very good at, like, finding bullshit. You know, like I'm pretty good at seeing bullshit.
Oh,
like, I know when somebody...
miles away you do. It's ridiculous. You've got a nose for that shit like a bloodhound.
I
Seriously.
could smell bullshit. I could smell bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told that, too. Did you see that in my chart?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm going to do the house placement thing for you.
Okay.
Okay. What I'm just doing right now is I'm doing kind of like a shallow, like, personality reading.
Sit down, Louie. You had your turn.
Yeah. When you're gonna have the full reading, you're gonna have.
I'm gonna fix both.
You don't want her. Believe me, dude. When I tell you, you don't want her to get involved with an audience, literally. You just don't.
I honestly am okay with certain things, so you can peel back a little bit with me. Let's continue.
Okay. All right. Well, one thing is your Mars is actually in in Saturn. So I mean, I see what I see is, you know, I mean, I see that, like, you've been through, like, some, you know, hard shit, like some tough shit, like, for real, like, you know, as a man and stuff, like, you've been through some tough shit, like some heavy shit, and those experiences have, you know, seasoned you to know, you know, okay, I know who I am. Whatever it is that you went through, because Saturn is touching your Mars. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if, like, you were hurt or whatever the case may be. You've been hurt multiple times and you just know, all right, this is just not for me. But that's not the case. That really isn't the case. You just need the woman that you're looking for, she needs to have, she needs to have that watery element in the sense that she flows as well as you do. She understands you, and, you know, you also understand her. And she needs to also be on her shit. Like, she needs to be a go-getter because, like, I mean, it's not like a super it's not a super close cusp, but it's on the 25th degree. So, you know, it's at that point Pisces is transitioning into Aries. So, you know, like also a woman that's a little bit, you know, has her shit together. Like she knows what she wants. Like she's a go-getter. She's a pioneer. She can fucking do her shit. And she doesn't need anybody's permission to do so. I mean, you also like that a little bit, you know?
Sounds very attractive.
I mean, that's what you want. Here's the thing though. What I'm going to warn you about. This woman, she might be she's gonna be fucked up, but it's gonna be fucked up. She's gonna be fucked up in the sense like either she's gonna have either a drug problem or she's gonna have self-esteem issues. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be like one of those things where you feel like you need to be there for her. I don't know if you've met this woman yet.
I already feel like I have.
I haven't met this woman yet, but she's a wounded soul. And you feel like it is your job and your duty to transform her and fucking help her. That's what's going on here.
I really believe that I've met her already, and I still am down for that same cause. Like, I mean, if it is her, what I'm thinking, I have definitely, what you said, I was already down for that cause to really help get her through. And I don't really know, because she retracts. Mm-hmm. So I never really know what that means for the future because she always retracts back into whatever her shell is. But I have definitely met someone that I do agree with, like I'm down for trying to help in all situations.
Okay. All right. Your issue here, the reason why you feel like you are a bachelor is because you don't want to get hurt. That's the fucking truth. I'm telling you. I'm going to explain to you why. You have a planet that's called Chiron. It is the wounded healer, okay? And it ties into your emotions, okay? So your fear of getting hurt is actually the issue. It's not, it's not that you're just not meant to be in a relationship. You're more scared of being hurt than being, you're more scared of committing to that person and being there and being solidly there and like getting fucked. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I think that has something to do. I mean, this is on the fly. I don't really like to touch on this too much, but I think it has something to do with your mom.
Okay.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, do not let me go any further.
No, that sounds accurate.
Okay. I'm just seeing your chart. Like, listen, you're not one of those people that you can't do a relationship. What's going on is the only thing that you need to stay away from, like deviations, things that are like abnormal. Okay, because you have your Uranus is in Sagittarius. Deviations. That's the only thing that you have that's sitting on your South Node.
So, but what does that mean? What does like the deviation mean?
Deviations could be abnormal things. When you okay, all right. Uranus is actually ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is there's still that echo.
I didn't hear an echo.
Okay, I'm going to make sure it's me. Okay, so I'll just ignore it. So deviations are usually the Uranus. That planet is usually ruled by Aquarius. You have Sagittarius in that in that spot. With that being said, it's a very weird placement because you have these theologies and you have these philosophies that are just abnormal. You know what I'm saying? And that is what's actually holding you back.
Okay.
Because Sagittarius, it usually rules religion. It rules, philosophy. It rules, bringing luck. It also rules. I mean, what it looks to me, see, this is something I don't even want to tell you. I can't tell you this over the line. I can't tell you this over the air. That particular thing I can't tell you over the air. But I definitely think you are capable of being in a relationship. The only thing is, she doesn't keep you from your North Node. It's going to be uncomfortable for you because this woman, she will make you very uncomfortable. She'll make you very uncomfortable.
Hmm.
So, but I think you could do it. I do. Let me see where these placements are. Okay. Your Mars actually falls into the 12th house too. Do you do anything like musical? Do you do anything like artsy?
Comedy is an art.
Okay.
Well, you do sing show tunes.
You sing show tunes. You really?
No.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, that could be another reason why he can't find a chick.
No, then I can't touch on the other thing then. All right, then let's move on. I have to talk to you too. All right. So, you have a lot of, stuff in your first house as well. Your first house is actually in Sagittarius. You need to be very careful of your lifestyle. You know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to keep it G with you. You need to be careful of the way that your philosophies have kept you from bouncing woman to woman. You understand me? Because that's affecting your south node is right on top of your first house, and that's not very good. You understand?
Okay.
I'm trying to be as delicate about this as possible without like hitting you over the head with it.
I mean, I kind of somewhat get the whole philosophies thing.
But think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Sagittarius, when you think of the image of Sagittarius, right?
I have no idea what that.
Okay. Sagittarius is half man. It's the centaur. So it's half man and it's half animal.
Okay, right.
So it's one of those things that's a dual, it's a dual personality where you're also like, you could do, I don't want to say dog-like things, but you could be real fucked up, like with women that you are not, necessarily interested in. You have no problem, you'll commit to the right person, but you have no problem like having many women.
Okay.
And that
go on.
I mean, are you married or anything?
No, not married. So I will give you that. That's very valid. So here's what I've done recently. At first, I was not aware of that. So I'm talking younger, like early 20s, college, blah, blah, blah. I was exactly the animal that you speak of when it came to women, right? And I saw that, again, I wasn't aware of that in me, but I just saw that anytime I did get into a relationship, like I said earlier, the women would always like fall in love with me before I was ready. And then I would hurt them. I would eventually just hurt them. That was something that would always repeat itself, that they would get hurt. And when I realized that, I kind of figured that out kind of like around 27. So since then, I've avoided all relationships under the guise of, I don't want to hurt you. But what you said earlier today is I also fear being hurt as well. So it's a combination of probably the both. It's one, I have seen me destroy destroy. And I don't want to be that, so I stay single. I was like, all right, well, you can't hurt a woman if you're not in a relationship, so I'm going to think that I'm going to just be a bachelor forever because all these women keep getting hurt around me, and I don't want to be that, right?
This is what I'm telling you, Kenan. You are not supposed to be doing that. When you do that, you are only fucking yourself. You will always be miserable. It's going to come up.
We're allowed to do it. You can't.
Yeah. They're allowed to do it.
We're allowed to do it. We're encouraged to do this shit. You can't do it.
Okay, so then let me ask you this. Why do I feel so happy alone? I never really feel lonely, and I love being by myself. I just love it.
Well, I mean, frankly, what that actually looks to me like is you could be comfortable being alone. Like I said, you just haven't met the woman. What's going to happen is you're going to meet a woman you're going to want to help. You're going to want to help her. And then it's going to transition into love. That's what the fuck is going to happen to you. Uh-oh. It's not going to be a situation where you're not. It's not going to be a situation where you're looking for a relationship and you're going out and you're doing what it is that you do, being charming. First of all, you are a sweet talker, charming sweet talker, most dangerous kind of men. You're not
It's not going to happen like that. It's going to be a situation where you're going to meet this wounded animal, and you're going to feel like it is your duty as a human being to help her, and you're going to end up falling for her.
Hey, Kenan, you want to borrow my Captain Save-A-Ho cape?
Oh, that was great, Louie.
Great timing. And like, what's gonna happen is she's going to actually be, when you meet her, she's gonna be very bubbly. She's gonna be very bubbly. She's going to be, because your ideal partner is very bubbly. She likes to travel. She does not like to be tied down, and that gives you the chase that you want. It gives you the chase that you want. You know, you'll definitely, I don't know. She'll either be a twin, because it's going to be a Gemini. Your seventh house is in Gemini. Okay, so that's either she's going to be a twin, or she's going to have like a multiple personality disorder. That could be it too. She could be one of those people that has multiple personalities and she's just all kinds of fucked up.
So how do you tell multiple personalities between just regular women?
Between regular women?
They all got multiple personalities.
Whenever I'll give for my example, my boyfriend, he has a first house in Gemini, and I see the split in him that he doesn't see. I know when he's him and I know when he's the other person. Okay. Yeah, like I want to use my boyfriend for example. He has his first house in Gemini, and he has that dual personality. Like he could flip. One minute he'll be good, and one minute he won't. Something will trigger him, and he won't be good, and the next minute he'll be fine. You know. And I see the difference, and I know when he's my boyfriend, and when he's not. I know. It's just one of those things. Like, she's just going to be a very bubbly person. She's going to be a social butterfly. And when you meet her, she's going to pull you in. And she's actually going to be what's going to help you. A relationship with this woman is going to be what's going to help you get to your North Node. You're actually the one person out of everybody that needs a relationship to get to your North Node, to get to your soul spot. Can you believe that shit?
Seriously, dude, Louie and I can take it or fucking leave it. Like, we gonna be happy either way, kid.
Okay.
We're fine.
Should
I get married? That's a wedding? Could you imagine me inviting you to that wedding? You know I don't need it. You know this shit now.
So I want you to explain, because there's two things that I heard that stick out to me. So you said my philosophies, and there were some other things that are holding me back. So holding me back from what? And I hope that ties into my second question is, what does that North Node, like, what does that mean?
Okay, I'll explain to you what a North Node means. Okay, your first house is right on top of your South Node. So you actually came into this motherfucking lifetime. You were, I don't know if you were either a dog in the other lifetime, you had multiple women, or you were very lucky. You know, all that ties in with being a Sagittarius. You came into this life with that on your first house. That is very important. The reason that I'm saying that you need to kind of shy away from the philosophy where you feel like bachelorhood is for you. They're saying that you know yourself because you have like 3 planets in your first house. And one thing's for sure, I also have about 4 planets in my first house, and nobody could tell me about myself. I know myself better than anybody else. You understand? But what I'm telling you is that knowledge that you know yourself better than everybody else is what's holding you back, because knowing yourself and like labeling yourself as a bachelor for life, your life will be very short. That is not what it's about. You feel me?
Okay.
That's not what you're supposed to do. You can edit that part out too, because I don't want that out there. That's super private. This woman that you're going to meet, she is not going to be the traditional woman. She's going to be the polar opposite of you. As a matter of fact, she might even drive you crazy. She's going to be bubbly. She's going to have so many friends. She's going to be doing so much shit. It's going to be impossible to tie her down. And that's what's going to attract you to her. You're going to be attracted to that.
Okay, so then what does the North Node, like, what does that mean? Like,
okay,
I'm still not getting, like, the hold back means there's something good at the other end that I'm not getting.
Okay. All right.
Trying to catch.
Okay, guys, I hate to do this, but I have a prior commitment.
So you can drop off.
Yeah, I'm going to drop off. I apologize, guys. We've gone so over on time, but I want to say peace out, mofos, from comedian Yael Meisels. Google me. Find me on Facebook, Yael Meisels, Instagram, Yael Meisels, Urban Humor on SoundCloud. We are going to have a show at the Giggle Pit on October the 19th at 5:45. I'm going to be on the lineup. It's a free show. And the dudes and I are going to be headlining The Creek in the Cave on the last Thursday of October. Kenan and Louie will also post information. So for me, matchmaker, this bitch is the real deal. I got to bounce, but I love you, Tiffany. Thank you for being on my show. I love you.
Yeah, I love you, y'all.
How you say you love?
Louie helped me raise children yesterday. Thank you, Louie.
You're welcome.
And Kenan, nothing. Okay, I want to just take a brief rundown. The comedian in me, if you will, wants to take some cheap shots in closing at comedian Kenan Weaver. All right, now for those of you who have never seen the motherfucker, the man is beautiful. All right.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Women cannot decide. Stop it. Women cannot decide when we are out in public if I'm a threat or not. They can't decide. They don't know. They can't figure it out.
Wait. Don't tell me that. Tell me that, because I'm about to tell him that when I get off of here. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Don't say that.
Okay. Okay.
I could see that on his chart. I could see that on his
Kenan
chart.
found out this week. He got news that no man has ever been so lucky to get. He is 2 inches taller than he originally had thought. So the beautiful tall black man is actually taller. And he is husband material spot on. He has to do it now. I love it. This is the greatest day of my life. I'm going to have a parade now. I love you. All right, booze. Peace out, mofos. Are you still friends with me, Kenan? Are we still cool?
We're still cool. I need you to hurry up and get off so we can continue.
Yeah, for real.
I'd be booted off my own show. Peace and love, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
You good, Louie?
I'll edit that out.
You good to keep going, Louie?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep open. Don't worry. If I gotta take a shit, I'll do what I do. I just duck out.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, I just a couple of other things to tell you. Like this woman, actually, she might even be, you know, I don't know if like she came out of the military or what. Whenever I see the sixth house, that's like servitude. So she could either have some Virgo qualities in her, or she came out of the military, some kind of servitude. She might be a nurse. Anyway, she's very bubbly, right? She's super duper bubbly. She's a social butterfly, very comfortable speaking to people, and has many, many friends. She cannot be tied down, as I said. And with her, she compliments you perfectly.
Okay, so I think, let me see if I got this right. That's why I was saying, like, there's something on the other side that I'm holding myself back from being like from reaching just whatever my full potential is. You're saying to gain my full potential, I need to be in a relationship with this counterpart.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Which is crazy, right? Which is like the total opposite of what you've been doing. Which is the total opposite of what you've been doing. That's like that, and it's easier for you to relapse into your south node because you're an Aries, you're a sun sign Aries, you're a fire sign, and it fits in perfectly and melts perfectly with your first house. So, and your south node. So what's the difference between a north node and a south node is, now this is going to get a little bit, hokey. I don't know how you feel about souls.
About who?
Souls.
Okay.
Souls, we can kind of, like sometimes when you feel something but it doesn't really make sense, that's pretty much what a soul is, like when you have a feeling, it doesn't really make sense, okay? So, your north node is what your soul is trying to accomplish in this lifetime, okay?
Got it.
So everything that you do, every decision that you make should push you towards your north node. If you keep relapsing, everything pushes you towards your south node. I'm guessing that you know, considering that it's the first house, you know, you're trying to be all about yourself. Maybe you were all about a person in the last life and you just couldn't help them. That could be it. You know, you were all about a person in the last life and you just couldn't do shit for them. And it turned out to be a waste of your time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't tell you, like, spot on, but it's very important that, you know, you drop that philosophy of thinking that you are the infinite bachelor, because that's not true. It's just meeting the right person. You're just in search of the right person.
That is so, like, and I'll say how on point that is I do have this philosophy of I'm gonna do, like, kind of just in essence, I'm gonna do me. And where I get it from, again, I guess this is the three planets, and I just know it. Where I get it from, I don't link it to like a past life, but I link it to me being the oldest of 5 children, and I was never able to be me because I had to be a provider for them. Like I was forced into responsibility, like, against my will. So now that I'm older and, like, out of the house, I'm like, I don't want responsibility anymore. Like, I just want to just chill and be me.
Yeah, but this girl is very chill. I mean, she's very chill. She will give you all the space in the world. She's not going to demand, you know, she's not going to demand a family or anything like that out of you. One thing that I am seeing, though, your sun sign is in the 4th house. So I don't know, like, your sun sign's in the 4th house. So I don't know, like, if that means you're gonna have a son. It could be. Anyway, we can edit that
That's
out.
a lot. All right, so okay. Before we
that's what I'm saying about heavy shit. That's what I'm saying, like, about heavy shit.
Cool.
But
I have really no problem.
From your chart, I can see from your chart, for one, that you're, like, you know, like, for one, because you have Neptune in your 1st house, that automatically makes you a beautiful person, as aesthetically beautiful. And what else is in your 1st house?
I never believed that. So, but Yael was saying something, like, she was getting ready to say something and you were stopping her about women I approach, or I don't know. She was saying something to that effect.
Well, I would have to see. Now she's gone. We really know what she was trying to say.
But you had stopped her from saying it because you said you were about to get in.
Oh, yeah, no, because I said, like, I could see from the planets that it looks like you're a big guy. It looks like you're, like, okay, so Sagittarius, they usually have tall men. My
Go.
Yeah, so, like my ex-boyfriend, he was 6'5". So, you know, 1st house Sagittarius gives you, you know, length. It makes you very tall.
Damn it.
And it looks like, I don't want to say you're big, but are you buff?
No.
Nope.
Interesting. Well, you also have Jupiter in your 1st house, so you must be. You just, you know, attract a lot of whatever. You attract females. You just attract a lot of luck. You have luck in your 1st house. That is, like, the best, you know. But you also could blow up. Just, you need to keep that in mind. You also could, like, gain a lot of weight and blow up and get fat. So you got to be careful. You can, when you have Jupiter in the 1st house, but it's also in Capricorn. I'm guessing that you're solid. So
okay.
I mean, are you solid?
Not necessarily. I'm kind of, like, tall and lanky.
Are you solid, though? Just because you're tall and lanky does not mean that you're not solid.
I guess I am solid then.
Like, can I hit, like, if I football tackled you, like, let's say that I tackled you, would you be able to hold up?
You definitely. I'm sorry. That was that sweet talker thing again.
Oh, hey, you need me to step out?
Chill out. She got a boyfriend. I just do it by accident.
That don't matter. That doesn't matter.
I feel you, but
So Yael was saying that when we go out, women can't tell if she's a threat or not, and you were stopping her from something. I want you to get out because it kind of makes sense for this podcast.
Okay, all right. Let me.
So when I interact, when I talk to or approach, because I kind of stopped doing that, but I told you the reason I stopped doing it. But so I don't. Okay.
Hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually pull up Yael's chart in a different browser. One thing that Astro D Donist, one thing that it does is it doesn't allow me to pull up two charts at once. So I have to open a completely different browser.
You need her chart to find out where she was going with her comment?
No, what I could actually do is I can map your synastry chart. If you're interested in knowing, why that is, I can map your synastry chart. And, synastry is
my chemistry chart with her.
No, but I'm saying like synastry, you do that with your friends. You could do that. You just see like how you guys are connected and why that is. All right, let me see why females.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that, and then we'll wrap it up at like 10. We'll be finished.
Okay. Yeah, that ended up being 2 hours. I know it's a lot. You got a lot of editing to do.
I hate you all.
That's Louie. But Louie is good at shifting through bullshit, so that's why he's the editor.
Well,
Boom. You see how I just astrological your job, B? You see that?
well, I don't know.
Well, at least I'm not an astrological Captain Save-A-Ho. Mm-hmm.
That's so great.
Shots
that is so
fired.
great.
Shots fired.
Boom.
Shots fired.
That is so amazing, yo.
I
saved the one, Louie. I'm trying to save the one. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm Morpheus this thing. Like, that's it.
You're looking for the right. You're
I just wish you would take the fucking blue pill so that way you could be immortal like the rest of us, you jerk.
Yo, I don't believe none of this stuff. But no, I believe what she's saying, but I just can't believe what y'all been saying about. Like, I don't know why y'all think I'm not mortal. Like,
I'm fucking bitter. I'm bitter as fuck right now.
Yo, she said nothing about my planet appendage.
Oh, because I mean, I just didn't.
What I'm saying, you got it, Louie.
Yeah, but I can't use it on nobody. So, so I'm just here with like a fucking like.
You gotta start wearing male yoga pants, and then
I'm not gonna do that. I'm fat.
You can still wear yoga pants.
No. First of all, I'll get the wrong type of attention. Like, hello, bear. Like, what? No. Like, grr, how you doing? I'm like, no, this is not for you.
Yeah, not for you. No, I feel you. But I mean, a compliment is nice. You just take it with grace.
Yeah.
You got plenty of compliments, Louie. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Or just wear some tight pants.
I'm fat.
So what?
Tight pants. Shit rubs. What? You want me to start a fire? Jet fuel does not.
Just lose weight.
Jet fuel does not melt steel.
Only in car. Oh, listen. Oh, one thing I want to tell you, Kenan.
Mm-hmm.
This is the perfect time for you to buff up. You should buff up. I suggest that because Saturn is transiting your first house. Perfect time to buff up.
Oh man, I've been wanting to do that for years.
Yes, now is the time.
P90X.
Now is the time. Now is the perfect time. Now is the time. You need to do it.
This is like a call to action. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just saying now.
Rising up, back on the street.
All right. Anything left off to wrap up?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why Yael is seen as such a threat for other females. I mean, women. Here's the thing: women, we just don't like women. You know what? Yael in herself is a threat. I'm gonna tell you why. She is very strong as a female. She is straight to the fucking point. She doesn't deal with. She's not a bullshitter. And she's not exactly one of those women that is just like, well, I'm going to be, prissy and I'm going to act like a bimbo just to get a man's attention. She doesn't have to do that. She has strength. And a lot of women are just intimidated by that. A lot of women are intimidated by that. So her, within herself, she is intimidated.
I've told her that. I've definitely told her that.
Like
we would go out and she definitely like attracts a room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm more like off to the side.
You know what it is? Okay, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the reason that they probably think that you guys are together is because she has her moon in Gemini. Her moon is in Gemini. Okay, so like she's very comfortable speaking, she's very bubbly, etc. And partner-wise, like if there was ever a cold day in hell for you guys to ever be together, I don't know if that's something that you want, but if there was ever a cold day in hell for you guys to be together, she would actually be pretty good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. She's Jewish. She got that whole Jewish thing.
No, she's not. This is what I told her. I already had this conversation with her. I said, you know what? Religion, step away from that. Religion, don't do that. Step away from that. Step away from that. I told her. I said it holds you back, and that's why you suffered. It holds you back.
Well, I think that is a perfect end off with the whole potential. That's like a sitcom leave off of, are the two main characters gonna get together
on a very special For Love and Play? Kenan realizes he's always been in love with always been in love and
play with themselves.
Yes. For days of our For Love and Plays.
No, thank you so much for having me, you guys. Like this.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. Yes.
I hope that
you need to type like your information so both of us can have our private sessions.
Absolutely.
Before we get off.
I'm already pissed off.
Why are you pissed off?
I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go outside, find a black man that looks like Kenan, and kick him in the nuts. It's like, take that, Louie B. Lives Matter.
Yo, Louie, I don't understand. I really don't understand all of this. I really don't.
I just gave you a lot to think about. Like, trust me, when I dropped what I dropped on Yael, she needed to think about it for 2 days. She was like, I need to think about this, and it's heavy shit, and it's not like I even got into. There's even heavier shit for me to get into.
Yeah, that's the stuff that I am so eager to. Like, if you were up right now, I would tell you to just call me right now because I gotta go into the city.
Yeah, no, right.
But I have like a 45-minute drive that I could just let you listen and just let you talk, and I'll just drive and listen. Like I'm so down for that.
I just realized I gotta be like Kwai Chang Kane and just march through the countryside righting the wrongs and shit.
I think what you need to do is, you know what it is, maybe he hasn't necessarily conquered a relationship in his past life, and that's why he needs this. But you guys have. I mean, just think of it like that. You've conquered.
It's so crazy that we both didn't get what we wanted, Louie. That's what you need to look at. Look at that we both are taking an L right now.
No, fuck you.
I don't want this. I didn't want this.
No, fuck you.
I mean, he doesn't want it because I know you're scared. I mean, it's scary.
I got a lot of fucking love to give you, fucking son of a bitch.
No, you definitely do.
Jesus.
Another thing that I do need to tell you. She's gonna hurt you though. She's gonna hurt you, and the reason that I'm saying that is because
hope she cuts off one of his fucking toes.
No, Sharon is the wounded healer, so she is gonna hurt you. She's exactly what you're scared of, but you need her. She's exactly what you're scared of, but you need her. You're not gonna be able to help yourself.
All right, so I understand that you are doing this as a small business. So, do you have anything to promote? Do you have like where people can kind of contact you if they want this type of information in their life, change their whole perspective of everything? Got anything to promote?
All right. Well, I mean, you could add me on Facebook. My name is Tiffany Reed on Facebook. My email, actually, the best email is my business email. I'm going to give you my business email. It's going to be Tiffany_S_Reed, REID, @yahoo.com. Tiffany, the traditional spelling, like, Tiffany jewelry and the color blue. The shade of blue. So just please reach out to me. If there's some questions or something that you feel like spiritually you would like to encounter, and I will try my best to be as upfront and as possible, and try my best to help as much as possible. But make sure make sure that your birth time is on point. Make sure you know your birth time, or at least Louie, he got as close to his birth time as possible.
No, that's my exact birth time.
You need to make sure.
No, that was my exact birth time.
Oh, no, not Louie. I'm so sorry. Kenan.
Yeah, mine wasn't exact.
Yeah, make sure that it's at least within the same hour, because your first house will tell a whole lot more. But if you don't have your birth time, that's fine. I could tell you a whole lot about your personality. But if you want a deep reading and you want to know what's going on with like your family life, what's going on career-wise, relationship-wise, all that good stuff, I could, health-wise, I can even tell you that, money-wise, I could tell you that. But that all depends on if you know what time you were born. Okay?
All right. Louie, anything to promote?
Yes, I did a fantastic episode on Thursday night, for my personal podcast, The Crotch Shot Radio Show, where I talked about feminists invading the UN and talking crap. So,
wow.
Yes, it's.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I'm a feminist. Oh, that would have been.
Oh, you should give it a listen. Actually, I'm not gonna explain it. You should listen. I'll send you a link, and
the link.
Yes.
But make sure you send it to my email so that I could retract all these. I'm not a Skype person, so I'm not really on here. You feel me?
I'll email. Don't worry. I'll email it to you, and you could probably see why I am. I'm gonna die alone someday, and Kenan's gonna have 3.1 kids and a white picket fence, and fuck him. So,
this guy.
So, my Twitter is @LouisB1. Follow me, and fuck my life, fuck Kenan's life. Kenan, go ahead.
All right, guys. I'm actually in Miami this weekend, so I'm going to let the animal out. You can always follow my dates on my website, www.kenanweaver.com. That's KENANWEAVER. Remember, every Sunday Night Live at New York Comedy Club. I'll be there. Keep loving,